I'm going to move on to criminal justice reform and actually get onto the top of how maybe the war on drugs has hurt some particular people within within the criminal justice system. And what would you do to help that out? What would you do to assure that there's no burden on the taxpayer regarding criminal justice and the reform thereof? And also, what about legalization of marijuana?
I'm for medicinal marijuana, legalizing it. I think there's not only an economic case to be made, there's an employment case to be made. There's going to be more weed jobs in this country than manufacturing jobs come 2020. There's also a mercy case to be made. I mean, I'm a person that is coming from a place of mercy and love and empathy with pretty much everything we do. How do we help the most Tennesseans? When it comes to medicinal marijuana, especially with soldiers with PTSD and seniors and cancer patients, there is a very, very clear case to be made that we can help people, especially with the opioid crisis as prevalent as it is. People who are addicted to pain meds want to be smoking weed to help or eating weed to help with their pain. It's less addictive, and it's something that we should definitely do. There are Republicans in Tennessee introducing these bills. This is not this shouldn't be a partisan issue. And the momentum is behind it. As far as legalizing it overall, I think that's maybe a bridge too far for Tennessee right now. I think we should take some baby steps, but I definitely am in support of medicinal marijuana. And yes, it's completely tied to criminal justice reform. There's no question about it. We should not be throwing the book at nonviolent drug offenders. Jeff Sessions is taking us in a very dangerous and wrong direction that, like you said, affects minorities more than anybody else. I'm concerned that it's actually tied to a power grab, because the one thing that nobody talks about enough is that in a lot of places, when you're convicted of a felony, you can't vote. 1/4 of Black people in Florida can't vote. If you want to tell me that this isn't all tied up in that, we're going to disagree pretty severely. So, I think there are pretty scary reasons for what we're seeing. I think you can't extricate it from the race question. And I definitely am in favor of lightening the load on minorities. It's also like you said, a financial burden on our system. It costs more to incarcerate someone than it does to put them through college. And we really need to give a long, hard think to what we're doing. We should also be focusing on the mental health aspect of all this. My wife's a behavioral therapist for children with autism and mental health issues. There's a school to prison pipeline that's very real that we need to acknowledge. And we need to do more to help people with their mental health issues. Locking them up is not how you do it.